Hello, my name is Alan Noble and welcome to this training where I'm going to cover the Asea usage guide. Really some top tips of how to get the best out of using Asea. Okay, before we get into the 10 top tips for using Asea, let's just remind ourselves about what Asea is. It is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement, the only product in the world that contains a balanced set of stabilized redox signaling molecules. And these are molecules that are the same as the molecules that exist inside your cells. And so Asea is native to the body. Now this is way beyond all natural. A blueberry is all natural, but your body doesn't grow blueberries, okay? Your body does make these molecules. And so because Asea is native to your body, you would expect it to be 100% safe and totally non-toxic. And that's exactly what our studies have shown. And you can pull up our safety studies at amazingmolecules.com. They're also in your back office of your Team Asea website. And so that's really the starting place here, is that Asea is 100% safe and non-toxic for your consumption. Now let's get into some top 10 tips of using Asea. Now most people will drink 4 ounces of Asea every single day. Now some people drink some more. Maybe they've got some challenges that they want to really try and help their body address, and they'll drink a little bit more. And sometimes people drink a little bit less. They want to start slower, and we'll talk about that in the next slide. But most people then split up this dosage, this 4 ounces a day, into 2 equal halves. So at 4 ounces, they take 2 ounces in the morning and 2 ounces in the afternoon. Some people love to take that second set of that second serving right before they go to bed at night. They find they sleep like a baby. Other people find that if they take Asea right before they go to bed at night, it keeps them awake. It gives them energy. And so everybody's body's a little bit different on how you're going to use Asea. And so figure out what's best for you. But the majority of people, 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the afternoon. You want to try and avoid eating food 5 minutes either side of Asea. Now, you don't have to have a totally empty stomach, but just don't have food in your mouth, okay? We're going to talk about this in just a second. So, as a rule of thumb, 5 minutes either side of drinking Asea is fantastic. Swish Asea around your mouth for 10 or 15 seconds. Allow some of the absorption to take place sublingually. These are little molecules that are 2, 3, 4 atoms in width. Very, very small molecules, and there can be tremendous absorption into our mouth, into our bodies, starting at the sublingual level in our mouth. So swish it around for 10 to 15 seconds. Also, use paper, plastic, glass, but never metal. These molecules are stabilized really using electrical bonding and shielding, and that's way above my pay grade. That's the work of an atomic medical physicist. But when these molecules come into contact with metal, it will start a denaturing process. It will start to destabilize the stabilized molecules. And so you want these molecules going to work in your body, not in some kind of metal glass or a metal spoon or something like that. Now some people ask, well, what about metal fillings or braces? We find that that does not impact the molecules significantly. I guess if you're very concerned about that, you could sip Asea through a straw. Okay, but we haven't found it to be significant. But do avoid putting Asea into metal containers or using a metal spoon. Paper, glass, plastic is fine. Also, don't mix Asea with anything. There's only really 2 ways to destabilize these molecules. We mentioned the first, metal. The second is mixing it with anything organic. Mixing it with orange juice or apple juice or a Guinness or your gin and tonic or whatever it is that your flavor of the day is. You don't want to mix it with anything. You want the molecules to go straight into your body. Okay. Also, don't drink out of the bottle. When you drink out of the bottle, no matter how clean a drinker you think you are, there's a little bit of your saliva going back into the bottle, and that will denature the molecules. It will start a denaturing process. And so you want, again, the molecules to go to work in your body, not in the bottle. So don't mix it with anything and don't drink out of the bottle. When you're using the little spray bottle, every case of Asea comes with a little spray bottle, and of course you can use Asea topically on your face, on your skin, in your eyes, in your ears, up your nose. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it. It's totally non-toxic. It's native to the body. But a lot of people love using the little spray bottle, and or even sometimes a little dropper bottle if you're dropping it in your eyes. Just put enough in there for about 1 week's use, okay? Again, the molecules are being exposed to the air. There's dust particles in the air. It can start a destabilization process. And so you just want to put enough in there for about 1 week. Make sure it's a clean container, and then refill it as you need every week. If Asea arrives frozen, you're up in the north part of the country and Asea arrives frozen on your doorstep, don't worry. Temperature, either freezing cold or even boiling heat, does not destabilize the molecules. Just let it thaw out naturally. Just give it a whole day to just thaw out naturally. Let it fully thaw out and your product is good for use. And then finally, drink plenty of water through the day. Look, these are very, very powerful molecules. They help your cells work more efficiently. Part of that cellular process is detoxifying, cleansing the body of cellular waste. Some of our early in vitro studies showed that Asea can make very powerful antioxidants like glutathione and superoxide dismutase 500 to 800% more effective. Well, these are tremendous detoxifiers in our body, so you would expect Asea to be able to enhance the body's ability to cleanse the waste out of the body. And that's a great thing. Good stuff in, bad stuff out. But you want to make sure you drink plenty of water to help that detoxification, help that flushing process work efficiently. So drink plenty of water when you're drinking. Okay, I mentioned in the previous slide, the very tip was that most people consume 4 ounces a day. 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the afternoon, sometimes, if it works for their body, in the evening. But there are some exceptions to that. Our product usage guide that the company came out with, and I'll mention this in the next slide, has some guidelines for 3 groups of people where you might want to change that the amount of Asea you're drinking. We've got terminology that we use. Stressed. If your body's stressed, such as to oxidative stress, poor sleep, premature grey, thinning hair, thin or wrinkled skin, challenges with joints, you might find it useful to drink more than 4 ounces of Asea after the first week. Start with 4 ounces, but then you could build it up to 6 to 8 ounces, and you might really notice a difference on that. It might take just a little bit more for a short period of time to really kind of kickstart some processes in the body. If you're sensitive in nature, sensitive immune systems, or if you're concerned about how your body might respond to drinking Asea, start slowly, okay? And start with maybe half an ounce twice a day, or maybe 1 ounce twice a day, and then gradually build it up to the 4 ounces a day. And then athletes, of course, there's tremendous athletic benefits to drinking Asea. Athletes report exceptional results from consuming 4 ounces of Asea 30 to 60 minutes before intense exercise or competition. And then many athletes, again, it's not just the endurance and performing better, but it's actually recovery. And a lot of athletes, particularly if it's a grueling workout or a grueling competition, you might want an extra 2 to 4 ounces after exercise to aid additional recovery, to make that recovery more efficient. Now, the company has produced a wonderful product usage guide, and this usage guide is available in your back office, but it's also very soon going to be in every single case of Asea. And this really gives some great instructions on how to use Asea. I would encourage that you read this thoroughly, encourage anybody that's getting on the product, either customers or associates, to be familiar with this guide. We also encourage you to fill out the body inventory here. That's really helping you get a snapshot. You know, very often we don't notice the improvements in our health. We always notice when we're getting worse. We always notice when we wake up with aches and pains. We notice when we're tired. We notice when we've got a headache. We don't notice when we don't have the headache. We don't notice when we're not tired. We don't notice sometimes when the discomfort's gone. And so this is really to help you start to really think about your health, to be aware of where you are, and to take this inventory before and after. And there's just some snapshots here of some things that we want you to think about. How's your energy level on a scale of 1 to 5? How's your muscle pain, workout recovery, stress levels, sleep quality, mental focus, joint discomfort or comfort, endurance, and other things that you might that might be important to you? Take an inventory and then go through in your first 4 weeks and really start to track and see, are there improvements in those things. And we're certainly excited to hear your Asea story and how these amazing little molecules have impacted your life and your family's life. Hey, as we wrap up this first training on how to use Asea, I think it's very important, particularly if you're an Asea associate, you have a responsibility to represent Asea correctly out there in the marketplace. And so let's read this together. Asea is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It is simply not a drug. It is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. And you have a responsibility to really get that message clear out there when you're talking to people about Asea. Asea contains a balanced set of stabilized redox signaling molecules that are foundational to your cellular health, and it enhances your body's natural ability to heal. In fact, one of the things I like to say is, look, our product does nothing, but it simply empowers your body to do everything. It empowers your body to do what it wants to do. And at the end of the day, that is a very, very powerful technology, a very powerful product, one that enhances your body's natural ability to heal itself. Bye for now.